when a school janitor delivered an unforgettable performance on America's Got Talent. Audiences everywhere were captivated. His powerful vocals and authentic story touched millions of hearts. But then something unexpected happened. He seemed to fade from public view. No constant media appearances, no trending interviews, just quietness. What really happened after the cameras stopped rolling? Was it overwhelming pressure, personal choices, or something deeper? Let's explore the remarkable journey of this unexpected talent. Humble beginnings in Indiana. Growing up in a small Indiana town, this performer discovered his love for music at an early age. Spending countless hours in his bedroom listening to the radio, he taught himself to sing by mimicking his favorite artists. For over 2 decades, he worked as a school custodian, choosing the position because of its proximity to home and the flexibility it offered. While many might see janitorial work as just a job, he found joy in his daily routine, especially singing in the empty hallways after students left for the day. His voice echoed through corridors, transforming ordinary spaces into his personal concert hall. The video that changed everything. In the summer that followed the pandemic years, everything shifted. At a local elementary school event, he performed a classic rock anthem that has inspired generations. Someone recorded his heartfelt rendition and posted it online. Within days, the video exploded across social media platforms. Viewers were stunned by the raw emotion and vocal power coming from someone they'd never heard of. Students who had encouraged him for years felt vindicated. They'd known about his talent all along. Their persistent support finally convinced him to dream bigger and audition for a national talent competition. Taking this leap meant confronting fears he'd never faced before, including stepping onto an airplane for the first time in his life. More than just a janitor. Beyond his day job, he was also the lead vocalist for a local band. The viral video boosted their profile significantly, leading to increased bookings at venues across the region. He regularly shared updates about performances on social media, where fans appreciated both his musical ability and his genuine stage presence. His growing recognition caught the attention of other musicians in the industry. One artist who had competed on a different singing competition reached out for a collaboration, recognizing a kindred spirit and exceptional talent. Facing rejection head-on. Rejection stings, especially when it happens publicly. Years earlier, he had auditioned for the same talent show, but didn't advance past the initial round. The disappointment was crushing, but he refused to give up. He then tried another popular singing competition, submitting a video audition. The response was polite but discouraging. He hadn't made it through. The email suggested he continue practicing and try again in the future. The rejection hurt deeply. For many people, that would have been the end of the dream. But he chose differently. He decided to maintain hope and keep working on his craft, refusing to let setbacks define his future. When the opportunity came to audition for AGT again, he approached it with renewed determination and a more grounded perspective. This time, something magical was about to happen. The golden moment. Standing under the bright stage lights, he took a deep breath before beginning. The audience waited in anticipation as the first notes of a classic rock song filled the theater. His voice carried such genuine emotion that the crowd fell silent, completely absorbed in the performance. Each lyric seemed to tell a story of perseverance, hope, and the courage to keep believing despite obstacles. This wasn't just about hitting the right notes. It was about creating a connection with every person listening, making them feel the song's message in a profound way. When the final note rang out, there was a brief pause before thunderous applause erupted. The audience rose to their feet. The judges were visibly moved. One called him extraordinary. Another praised him as a perfect competitor and a genuine discovery. Then came the moment that changed everything. A judge pressed the golden buzzer, sending confetti cascading down as his spot in the live shows was secured. Standing there surrounded by falling confetti, he looked overwhelmed, as if unable to process that this was really happening. The song's powerful legacy. The song he chose has its own remarkable history. Released in the early 1980s by a legendary American rock band, it was written by 3 talented musicians and featured a distinctive piano opening that made it instantly recognizable. One of the songwriters found inspiration from his father's encouraging words during difficult times trying to make it in the music industry. The song structure was unusual, The chorus didn't arrive until after multiple verses, which was uncommon for rock music of that era. It became a massive hit, eventually earning recognition as one of the best-selling digital songs from its decade. A popular television show later introduced it to younger audiences, cementing its status as a timeless anthem of hope and determination. For our performer, this song held deep personal meaning. It had been a source of strength during challenging times. Singing it wasn't just a performance choice. It was sharing a message he truly believed in. The decision to stay grounded. Unlike many competition winners who immediately pivot to full-time entertainment careers, he made a surprising choice. He returned to his janitorial position. The decision raised eyebrows among those expecting him to chase immediate stardom. Those close to him weren't surprised at all. They knew the connections he'd built with students and colleagues over the years meant everything to him. His job wasn't something to escape from. It was part of his identity and his community. In interviews following his success, he explained that while his life had changed in some ways, he valued the simplicity and stability his regular job provided. The school had been incredibly supportive, allowing time off for competition commitments while keeping his position secure. However, as music opportunities increased, performing at sporting events, opening for famous comedians, appearing at larger venues, the balancing act became more challenging. He acknowledged that eventually, he might face a difficult choice between his two worlds. For now, he continues managing both, unwilling to completely abandon either the community that shaped him or the musical dreams finally within reach. Love and support. His personal life added another touching dimension to his story. Shortly before the competition finals, he married his partner who had supported him throughout the entire journey. Their relationship had grown stronger as his career evolved, providing the emotional foundation he needed. He frequently credited his wife with keeping him grounded amidst the whirlwind of sudden attention. She wasn't just a supporter from the sidelines. She was an active partner, helping him navigate the complexities of newfound recognition while maintaining perspective. Their marriage represented stability and reminded him of what truly mattered beyond the spotlight and applause. Lessons in perseverance. When asked about his goals, his answer was refreshingly honest. He doesn't have a rigid plan. He views his success as arriving at the right moment and sees himself as an ordinary person who took a chance on a dream. He hopes his story encourages others from all backgrounds to pursue their passions without letting fear hold them back. If someone who spent decades cleaning school hallways could perform on a national stage, then anyone with dedication and courage could achieve something remarkable. His message is simple but powerful. Take the risk, step outside your comfort zone, and don't let your current circumstances limit your future possibilities. Staying authentic. Despite the changes in his life, he insists he's remained fundamentally the same person. Some students who only knew him as the school janitor began teasing him about his new celebrity status, but he handled it with humor and grace. He acknowledged that some people now perceive him differently, but emphasized that he hasn't changed on the inside. Maintaining his identity and values matters more than managing others' perceptions of him. In an industry where fame often transforms people, his commitment to authenticity stands out. He hasn't let success inflate his ego or distance him from the community that supported him long before anyone else knew his name. Overcoming personal tragedy. Behind the inspiring success story lies profound personal loss. Before finding new love, he endured heartbreaking grief. A previous marriage that had lasted 3 decades ended with his spouse's death from illness. The pain of that loss was immense, described in emotional terms as a force that knocked him down, but also somehow pushed him to rebuild his life. The journey through grief was long and difficult. Eventually, he found the courage to open his heart again, building a new relationship that brought joy back into his life. His ability to persevere through such deep personal pain adds another layer to his story of resilience. Community support and recognition. As his profile grew, his local band also benefited from increased attention. They began receiving more performance requests, and their calendar filled with bookings. He expressed gratitude for his bandmates' dedication and their manager's effective promotion. When expenses for the competition began piling up, travel costs, accommodations, support team expenses, the financial burden seemed overwhelming for someone on a janitor's salary. That's when his community stepped up. A local supporter organized a fundraising campaign that exceeded expectations, raising substantial funds to help cover costs. The outpouring of support from hundreds of donors demonstrated how deeply his story had resonated with people. This financial assistance ensured he could focus on the competition without worrying about expenses, allowing his family to accompany him and providing everything needed for success. Industry recognition. After his viral video, he began receiving attention from unexpected sources. A legendary musician from the original band that recorded his signature song left an encouraging comment on his social media post. The validation from someone he'd admired for years meant everything. The official band account also shared his video, showing their approval. A famous comedian and talent show judge publicly suggested he audition for AGT, helping build momentum. Initially skeptical that these interactions were genuine, he eventually confirmed they were real. His dream was materializing in ways he'd never imagined possible. The path forward. Looking ahead, his aspirations remain grounded. He's expressed interest in eventually recording an album, allowing his passion for music to continue growing. But he's equally committed to being the best husband he can be and maintaining the relationships that matter most. His story isn't finished. It's still being written. Whether he eventually transitions fully into entertainment or continues balancing both worlds, one thing is certain. He'll do it with the same humility, authenticity, and dedication that got him this far. For everyone watching his journey, the message is clear. It's never too late to pursue your dreams, no matter how impossible they might seem. Success isn't reserved for the young, the privileged, or those with industry connections. Sometimes it belongs to the people who simply refuse to stop believing.